It's a good start.
Can't change my mind.
15.
I'm expecting him to be tired and
having a hot-footed over to London. Play the first match here on Tuesday against Nadal. There's not a lot of court time here with the matches being played, singles and doubles. You can maybe jump on this court for half an hour. The practice facilities are very different. It's much colder out on the practice courts, and you want to get in here, especially with 17,000 people when it's really warm. Ball flies through the edge that little bit quicker. So not easy to get acclimatized to different conditions, even though they always try and lay a very similar court surface in Paris and here in London, of course. If you're a Ferrer, just thinking about his schedule, Stockholm, Valencia, Paris, London, he already knew he'd qualified. Is that a good schedule, or is there too much tennis there, given his consistency? You know, are you looking to peak in London, or are you looking to win Stockholm and Valencia and then do as well as you can in Paris? And Robbie is a perfect example of what you were talking about earlier, wasn't it? Ferrer
play a lot to feel good about his game.
It's very much horses for courses, isn't it? I remember earlier in the year we were in Barcelona. He lost to Tursunov, played one of those worst matches of the year, and instantly entered Estoril the following week. Made the final. He said, look, I'm going to be practicing anyway. I'd rather be playing matches and practicing less rather than practicing 4 hours a day and earning some money. Why not build up some confidence at another tournament? So that's very much the mindset. Off the back of that tournament, he played there a little better in Madrid. So just like Nadal, one of these players that likes to play a lot. That's how he builds his confidence. Is Berdych a very different kettle of fish? You see the type of guy that will look throughout the season to be very much peaking at the big events and not playing too much tennis.
Yeah, his mum and dad, Thomas's mum and dad, of course. But yeah, I think also given the way he plays and his physique, he's probably more prone to injury than somebody like Ferrer.
Yeah, Berdych.
It's very easy to forget that Ferrer was a finalist in season-ending championships back in 2007. Played some really good tennis in China that year.
Yep, remember that well. I think he played Ferrer in the finals, didn't he?
That's when the final used to be best of 5 sets. Nicely done.
Interesting. And that rally to see how well the backhand slice worked initially. Just
15.
bringing Ferrer forward, and then he was able to get him out of his comfort zone. Get him off balance. Loves that forehand cross court. Hit that shot all day. Not as comfortable going inside out as Berdych. and hurts him a little bit, because Archer probably would have been down the line on the second forehand rather than go back cross court. Keep Ferrer on the move. Of course, you've got to know that we've played against him.
Serving particularly well at the moment. He's only made 3 of 10 first serves so far. And he's got a sneaky good serve, hasn't he?
He has.
So some days you start matches and you just don't have the right rhythm. You find it hard to make good contact with the ball. Normally, it's got a good slider, and that works well on this course. He can generate a fair bit of pace as well. Second serve can be attackable, especially for someone like Berdych, who's a little taller. Step in, take it on the rise on the backhand, make good contact with it, do some damage. The game plan, as far as the Spaniard's concerned, is to
There's a wedding, please.
just a little bit of movement to Berdych's right, just 1 or 2 latecomers.
The guys in the cheap seats always like to give them the wolf whistle. A little bit envious of the seats that they have. What do you think of the new gear? Fan of it?
I haven't been a fan of any of the gear that Berdych's worn since changing companies. Just not my cup of tea. I haven't liked it. You?
I think it's the best of the lot so far.
Yep.
Good for the evening match. A bit of black and silver, I think it is, or light blue.
I often get asked by people that don't play tennis why they wear caps indoors. Why is that?
Sometimes it's just a habit, isn't it? You're so used to having something on your head, and the visor as well, that you're used to having it there, so you don't want to change it up. It feels actually a little weird when you don't play with a hat. I used to play with a hat indoors as well. Sometimes it's just to keep your hair out your face.
Berdych.
Good serve. He's posting some pretty decent numbers when he's taken up to the line. He's made 70% of his first serve so far. A couple of aces already. And he's only dropped 2 points in his opening couple of service games. Always top of the list of things to do. Take care of business on your own deal, irrespective of the opposition.
Love 15.
He needed the buggy whip forehand there to get that one back in the court. Of course, as my good friend Jeff Solzenstein likes to call it. Come around the side of the ball a little bit more.
Feel like Berdych is on the verge of missing. So Ferrer could just do that all day.
Of course, the shape of the shot really is what gives you that impression. A lot more spin from Ferrer, of course. Thomas hits it a lot more flatter. Timing's not spot on. Goes long.
Ferrer.
Seems to be hitting the ball a little sweeter today than he did initially against Nadal. That will please him. Good tennis, nice ball striking early. That's the key, to time away from Ferrer.
Yeah, we've been used to seeing him hit this one cross court, but that time he's changed it up. And if he can start to hit the shot well, that's when Ferrer's in trouble. Look at that ground reaction force as he gets both legs off the ground, transfers all that energy to the racket.
40 love.
You load with the legs. And then transfer.
He's got strong legs, Berdych.
Would have made a good ice hockey player in the Czech Republic. What a Thomas. Was friendly with a lot of the pros there.
Berdych.
This guy's a brute, man. 3-all.
Shot it was nearly hit. He had time on the ball, time to set up.
Well, it's going up the line there, and nothing wrong with it when you're confident in making it and you're on balance. It's always going to be a little high risk, but you can lessen the odds. Give yourself a good foundation to hit from. A few more first serves now, but at 42%, he'll want to improve that further still.
The way it's through the ball there, gets the weight quickly onto the right foot, and of course, more importantly, going forward. I mean, that one's gone about an inch over the net. That's the key. Look at the big swing arc, dips the wrists, and then the racket parallel with the court on contact with the ball.
Yeah, the extension through the shot there, superb. So a chance here then. Break point Berdych. Berdych initially wanted to challenge. Not in the end. He'll be disappointed with the miss there.
That's when he could have done with a few more revolutions on the ball, just to help it dip.
Another chance here. And that's a very sensible serve. It's a high percentage. He's going to make that 7, 8, 9 times out of 10. He's not hitting it with any great pace, just 112 miles an hour, a lot of spin. It's moving away from Berdych all the time and going to his weaker ground stroke too.
Berdych. service. Mr. Ferrer is challenging the ball on the left center line. Ball was not out.
Nice. That's if you're in front of the Spaniard anyway.
That is
Over
very
there. Still break point. It's a tried and tested formula as far as patterns of play are concerned. Amazingly, it's his very first Grand Stroke winner.
Berdych, Ferrer. Game Ferrer.
That's very sensible serving and good tennis under pressure when he was up against all of those great points. Berdych looking for his first win, as is Ferrer. No breaks of serve as yet. 3-4.
How does he make up the ground here? There's nothing wrong with the volley. Still shows Berdych a clean pair of heels. Inches off the ground. Still able to get it past the check. What a competitor.
Net for service.
Yeah, that's lovely tennis. Really good serve, and then so nice to have aggressive attitude and wanting to take the ball out of the air.
30-15.
Okay, it's Thomas Berdych at his very best, isn't it? All out attack, all out aggression. As I mentioned, important that he serves well, because when that first serve finds its mark, it's devastating.
Net for service. 40-30.
That's a good double. You know, he served a lot of second serves in the net when he played against Wawrinka, his opening match here. And it's a bad fault. But, there he hit it aggressively. Decent pace on it, good racket head speed. Just missed it by a couple of inches. So, you know, as a coach, you don't mind that so much. Hasn't it? It's as you suggest, struggle because he doesn't have as much spin. The timing isn't perfect. He doesn't have as much margin for error as someone like Ferrer or Nadal. It's a lovely shot.
I love the sound it makes when he gives it a good crack.
Game Berdych.
Good tennis. An important hold that.
4 games on.
Well, he's one of the best athletes in the game, isn't he? And his foot speed is ridiculously good. For tracking back and forward, left and right, sideways. And of course, in this particular rally, he was doing most of the defending. Nothing wrong with that volley, but how's that?
$15 15-30.
I think this is a shot he's got to use a bit more this evening. Every time he's hit the inside out forehand and landed it, he's done some damage.
Yeah, and normally prefers to go the other way, doesn't he? But he's hitting that one well tonight.
change of pace from Berdych as well, using the backhand slice occasionally, mixing it in with some bludgeoning ground strokes.
15-14.
What can he do here?
Can't do that.
13,
Understand it. If he is going to be aggressive and moving behind, give it a smack, right? That was a bit of a nudge.
And he didn't play the big points, the break points, well against Ferrer either, did he?
No.
He was 0 for 5, I think, in that match.
Didn't break him throughout the course of the match. On the second set on a tiebreaker, if you remember.
Chance to make amends here. Beautifully done. There's that forehand again. Set the points up perfectly for him. Good footwork as he charged in. So serving for the opening set. That's the perfect start.
15. 15 on.
It's worth a look, isn't it? No. I thought that might have got a piece of the line. I thought they're very wrong. Of course, if I was serving for the set, I would have been all over my opponent there, checking him out, thinking that I've been given a bad call. Of course, you've got to be calm in these situations, haven't you?
Oh, that's brutal. He wasn't making as many first serves as he would want, 48%. They've been highly effective. He's won 11 of 12 points in this opening set when that first serve has found its mark, because that allows him then to dominate at the first ground stroke of the rally. Ferrer's got a good return on it, but he hasn't been able to read that first serve and certainly hasn't been able to react quickly enough.
15.
And Berdych's made it. That's been one of the fundamental differences between these two in this opening set. It's a good set of tennis as far as Berdych's concerned. Timed his push to perfection. Good tennis now, best of the week without a shadow of a doubt. This is what we're used to seeing when we watch Berdych play. Dominating, good shot making, making life difficult for the opposition.
Love Berdych.
That's a good smash. You had all the time to think about that. Sensible shot selection, just added a bit of slice to it.
14-30.
Again, good use of that forehand. He's hit that very accurately, yet aggressively today. He looked a little tentative, didn't he, when he played against Wawrinka? Wasn't quite as committed as he has been this evening.
Advantage, Berdych.
Chance for Berdych. Perfect start to this second set.
Yes.
It's no question he gets tense on the break points. Nothing on that serve. And feet just got stuck there.
Net for service.
Sometimes you would almost very annoyed by the net cord there. Sometimes I almost think Berdych will be a bit better if he gets a first serve. Doesn't have to think about it, just reacts to it on a break point.
Pressure was good.
Berdych's not sure, is he, who to trust. The linesman or the umpire? The umpire was right. Good officiating from Cedric Mourier.
Yeah, it was right in front of him.
That's easy power, isn't it?
Yeah. That's been the key shot for him this evening. The way he's worked the inside-out forehand into his game. Because generally it's the one inside in there. But he's feeling confident tonight. You can see look how still the head is.
That was good service. Hit that one well when break point down this evening.
Service.
Well, he fancies a challenge there because it must have felt pretty sweet.
Right far sideline. Ball was good out.
It looks a little wide, and maybe Berdych on those rose-tinted spectacles. Yeah, a waste of a challenge, that one, but just needed to get the heart rate down there as well.
Again, Ferrer.
I'm disappointed, Berdych.
By going initially to the forehand and then opening up the backhand, game plan has been spot on.
Net for service.
such a shame. There's more superb ball striking from the back of the court there. He set the points up beautifully.
15 all.
I just need to have the mindset of not wanting to win it necessarily with the first volley. Be prepared to have a two-shot combination. Of course, that's the Ferrer effect. Remember, he chased down one of those passing shots a little earlier, so all of a sudden that's in the back of your mind when you hit the volley. Try and do a little bit too much with it, as Sir Thomas did there.
Berdych, 15.
And then when Ferrer hits a shot like that, it just looks a little tame, doesn't it, in comparison?
Why, Thomas?
He knew it as soon as he hit it.
30 all.
It's a careless shot. Not beating his opponent there for depth. Doing so for direction. So he could have brought the target well in.
Forty, 30. Berdych. One game on.
Of course, Berdych will finish in the top 10 of the Emirates ATP rankings for a fourth straight year this year. Been a model of consistency. Of course, the only player in the top 10, though, who hasn't won a title this season.
And he has found it difficult to break into the top 5, hasn't he? He's just missed that. I want to look at the mark. But, yeah, it's always nice.
Why, Thomas?
Yeah, good benchmark, isn't it? Finishing.
30 love.
He's got there, I think, 5 semi-finals perhaps this year in the Masters Series 1000 level. But you know, it's getting the wins then when you're deep in those big tournaments that really matter.
Beautiful. It's such good footwork for a big fella.
30, 15.
Nice adjustment steps. Just before he hits the backhand. Get himself perfectly set.
40-15. Game Ferrer.
That's the start. Berdych 15. -15. Game Berdych.
First serve has been devastating when it's found its mark this evening.
Yeah, overall, has remained and reaping the rewards.
The temptation is to go close to the line there because Ferrer camps in that corner, so you see him out of the corner of your eye already in that backhand corner, which makes the gap smaller if you're trying to find the Spaniard's backhand. That's why I like the pattern of play in the opening set when Berdych went initially to the Ferrer forehand first before then going to his backhand.
30 love.
Just smothered that one a little bit. point well. Always wants to use his forehand to move the opposition around. And loves to sneak in behind that inside.
Oh! 15 long. 15 long.
Very effective with the serve. Start of the match, we mentioned it's going to be key as far as Berdych is concerned if he wants to get the win against this guy.
I'll tell you what, that's been a revelation this evening, quality of Berdych's serving.
Not 100%.
No.
But it's good enough.
Okay.
So boys do take as much air out of it as possible. Can you imagine being a stringer for Jason Goodall, folks? How difficult it would be.
Well, I was just thinking, I don't know why they haven't invented just a large, long Ziploc bag by now, right? That's airtight. Boom, job done. So just large Ziploc bag, easy to undo, easy to do up. Right, messing around, flipping the end over. Elastic bands, not airtight.
It all costs money, man, that Ziploc thing. Those things are expensive. They're cool. I see that.
You could double up as well there, couldn't you? Because you put all the shirts that you get through in a match, sweatbands, everything, all that stuff in there. Zip it up, pop it in a bag. Let anything else smell or get wet.
A lot of these players only wear the shirt once. So that's not really an issue.
So second set, beautifully poised now. That formed very well this evening.
15.
Seeing some nice variation, lots of winners. Double figures now.
Berdych, 15.
realises very quickly how much pressure he's been able to put the opposition under when hitting one of those big ground strokes, and that's why, you know, generally speaking, he always sneaks in at the right moments.
Yeah,
It's a huge serve. And of course, it's not as big in terms of pace as the one that goes up the tee with. He's got to be careful here. It's an inauspicious start.
Magnificent, isn't it? Just leant on it. The ball was swinging into him because he took it so early. Just takes time away and doesn't allow the full swing to take place. Look at that, right on the dot of the head.
3 break points.
So he gets a little tight.
Yeah, just a little late on that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
15-40.
It's a good point.
Net for 6.
Well, that's a poor shot, given the circumstances. Good tennis from Berdych initially, but Ferrer there, the architect of his own downfall. Too many unforced errors. Yeah. Let's see what he can do here. It's a good example of why he finds himself in this position this evening. The serve and the forehand have worked wonderfully well.
And those two in particular, the serve out wide on the deuce court and the inside-out forehand.
Love.
28 of 29 points this evening when that first serve has found its mark. All 15 here in this second set. Here's Berdych, deservedly with 3 match points. couldn't resist it, could he?
Quick
14,
fix.
15.
Core tendency at 40 levers to kind of think you can't lose from this situation. Might as well just go for it. End it in style.
Match point number 2.
Game, set a match.
Superbly done. He needed to perform a lot better this evening, and he did. Forehands were outstanding this evening, and the combination of those two shots was enough to dominate one in an hour and 23 minutes.